Giants fans, what is going on? As you probably know, and if you don't, the Giants currently own the Chicago Bears' first-round pick due to trading down in last year's draft. And according to the odds, wherever they came from, the Bears have the best chance to land inside the top 5 of the teams that are outside the top 5 due to the strength of schedule. So guys, help me out. Let's get some good juju out in the universe. Like this video if you want the Bears to lose the rest of their games so that draft pick can be better for the New York Giants. And in today's video, we're getting into a mailbag, so let's get to it. What's going on, guys? I hope you're having a good Friday, and if you're watching this on the weekend, I hope you're having a great weekend. I'm your host, Marshall Green, and you are watching New York Giants Now by Chat Sports. It is mailbag time, and if you're wondering, hey, how do I get on to these New York Giants mailbags? It's an easy two-step process. You got to be a subscriber because we're only pulling subs questions, and you got to drop your questions when I ask for them. So go down in the comments right now and use the hashtag Giants to get your question on the next mailbag. This first one coming up from my guy, Giorgio Del Bianco. He said, do you think we will clean house after the season? It definitely has to be an idea, and I know it's being talked about between the Mara and the Tisch family. Personally, though, I think Dave Gettleman, and have reports have come out by Ian Rappaport and some very reputable NFL sources, Dave Gettleman, he's going to be out unless something drastic changes. I'm not sure the Giants will word it in a way that Dave Gettleman has been fired because he has worked for the Giants during some glory days, and they have a lot of respect for him. So I think it may be a retirement by Dave Gettleman, and he will pass the torch to maybe their assistant GM, Kevin Abrams, or the Mara and Tisch family will lead a brand new search for the New York Giants general manager. And if you're wondering, hey, who's some potential Dave Gettleman replacements? We got you covered. Last week we did a video about Dave Gettleman replacements, and if you were subscribed, you would have watched it. So another reminder, go hit that big red button, and the link to this video will be in the comments and the descriptions. Make sure you watch it. Get yourself educated on who could be the next New York Giants general manager. But back to the question about if the Giants are going to clean house, I believe that Joe Judge will be back. I don't think the Giants, for the third time in a row, want to fire their current head coach after just 2 seasons, like they did with Benny Bob McAdoo and Pat Shurmur. 2 seasons, and they were out. I don't think they want to do that again with Joe Judge. And the Mara family, and as well as the Tisch family, the front office of the New York Giants, they like Joe Judge. Not because of what he's done, but because of the culture he brings and the mindset and just the football IQ he has. They are big fans of Joe Judge. But look, if you're going to hire a new GM, I don't think it's fair to that guy to just thrust Joe Judge onto him to be the next New York Giants head coach. The Giants, in my opinion, need to launch a real league-wide search for the next guy to be the New York Giants general manager. It's not fair to them to say, hey, come be the general manager, but you have to have Joe Judge as your head coach. That's what bad organizations do. Let the guy that's going to be calling the shots as the Giants general manager call the shots. So if it all goes down and burns up in flames, it can be his fault. I'm tired of having to blame the top of this organization for the dysfunction that we have suffered since the 2017 season. But let me know. This show is all about you guys. At Chat Sports, we thrive off audience interaction, and I want to take the pulse of you guys. So get down in the comments and let me know. Should the Giants clean house? If you think they should, go down in the comments and type your Y for yes. Or if you want them to stick with Joe Judge and Dave Gettleman, go down and type your N for no. I want to show some love to some loyal New York Giants Now viewers, and I'm launching the first commenter club. What's that? These are the guys and ladies that were the first commenters on our last 5 videos here at New York Giants Now, and I want to thank all of you guys. Alfred, G, Jared, Cool Phil, and Peaceman. It really means a lot to me and everybody here at Chat Sports when you guys comment on these videos, and it helps us a lot when you get into the videos and comment early on. It signals a sign to YouTube that this is a video that the subs want to watch and listen to, so thank you guys for all of that. And if you're wondering, hey, how can I get into the first commenter club? You got to have your notifications on. So you see that little bell icon right under the video? It's probably right around here. You click that, and then you turn notifications to all. So you get a notification every single time we post a video here at New York Giants Now. Then go to if you have an iPhone, go to the settings app, scroll down, tap the YouTube button, then tap notifications, and then turn on allow notifications. So then, for sure, every time we post a new video, you will be getting a notification for it, and maybe you can beat the rest of the pack and join the first commenter club. Next question on this Giants mailbag coming in from Yasir. We desperately need a new middle linebacker that can man the run and play in pass coverage. Hopefully, someone in this draft can be somewhat compared to a Bobby Wagner, Fred Warner, or even an Eric Kendricks type of player who is worthy of being a high first-round draft pick. I talked to our NFL draft expert, Tom Downey, here at Chat Sports. I asked him what the linebacker class is looking like, and he told me these are the top guys to pay attention to. Number 1 on the list, Devin Lloyd, the linebacker from Utah. Lloyd, the thing I like about him, he is a versatile linebacker. He can pass rush, he is a great tackle, and he can sink into coverage and cover tight ends and has a little potential to guard slot receivers. This is a long, rangy athlete that, according to Mel Kiper, reminds him of Devin White. Maybe it's because their names are both Devin, who knows, but according to Mel Kiper's most recent big board, he is the 8th ranked prospect on the list. I really like what Lloyd has been able to do so far this year for Utah, and his stats speak for himself. 107 tackles, 7 sacks, 1 forced fumble, and 4 INTs. He is a true 3-down linebacker that I think would be a difference maker for this Giants defense. And then another guy, Nakobe Dean, the current middle linebacker for the Georgia Bulldogs. And hey, we all know the New York Giants, they love drafting Georgia Bulldogs. Nakobe Dean, he kind of reminds me of other linebackers that have come out of Georgia. That sideline-to-sideline defender that's extremely fast and physical. He has 61 tackles on the year, 5 sacks, 1 forced fumble, and 2 INTs. He just has obscene numbers this year, and he took a major jump in tackles for loss and sack production as well. On Mel Kiper's big board, he is currently the 12th rated overall player. So if the Giants want one of these 2 guys, they would have to spend one of those first 2 draft picks on him, which you guys sounded off in the comments on our most recent community post. Some of you guys want linebackers. So get in the comments and let me know. Should the Giants draft a linebacker in the first round? Go down and type D for draft, or go down and type P for pass. This next one coming in from Jay-Z's burner account. What position would you target in the first round of the 2022 NFL draft, since we have 2 picks? Also, if you have any players in mind, I would love to hear them. Well, I'm glad that you would love to hear my opinion. Not a lot of people like my opinion, but I appreciate you, brother. I personally need this Giants offense to take 2 O-linemen in the first round. The weakest position group for the Giants is the offensive line. And how do you fix that? You spend premium draft picks to go after that position and make it a more talented group. And this is a strong O-line class, especially at the top. And at the top of the list is Evan Neal, the offensive tackle out of Alabama. He has a massive frame and a stellar bunch of physical traits. He's tall, he's long, he's strong, and he has great footwork. He's quick on his feet and light on his feet. And the thing I like about him, he can play the left side as well as the right side. He's a complete package, excelling as a run blocker and pass protector. Mel Kiper right now has him ranked as the 3rd overall player on his big board. So the Giants, they would probably have to use that first pick in the first round on him, which I think is a bright idea, because the only way you're going to get a fair evaluation of Daniel Jones is if you help him and build up this offensive line. What about the next guy? Say Evan Neal's not on the board. I like Charles Cross. He's not as versatile as Neal. He's mainly a left tackle, has some potential to play the right side as well. Him and Andrew Thomas are very similar type of players. He's a strong, physical blocker and has really long arms, which is a key trait for tackles in the National Football League. And coaches at Mississippi State and coaches that have worked with him have really raved about his work ethic. That's something you love to see about players. We want workers to wear that New York Giants blue. And on Mel Kiper's big board, he is currently ranked the 10th player in the class. So the Giants would as well have to use one of those first two picks in the first round on a guy like Cross. He's my second favorite tackle on the draft. But my favorite guy in the draft that I need the Giants to take is Tyler Linderbaum. He is called the Quentin Nelson of center prospects for the 2022 NFL draft. He is one of the best centers to come out in the draft in a long, long time. And the center on the offensive line is kind of like the quarterback. You're only really as good as your center because you are that anchor in the middle of the ship. You call out all the protections. You make all the checks. You call the audibles for the offensive line, and Linderbaum has that potential. He is really, really good. He can pull, run, and pass block. He's a little undersized, but this is a guy that is an absolute grunt. He is someone that Giants fans will love if he ends up playing at MetLife Stadium. On Mel Kiper's big board, he is currently ranked the 14th overall prospect. So maybe if the Giants end up with the 5th and 6th or 6th and 7th draft pick, maybe they could try to sneakily trade down at maybe the 10th or 11th spot and take him. But I wouldn't take that chance. Once Linderbaum is on the board and I'm walking up to the podium, as in Roger Goodell calling the second pick for the New York Giants, I hope and pray that Tyler Linderbaum will be that guy. I made a community post on the community tab here at New York Giants Now a couple of days ago, and I asked you guys, what do you want the Giants to do in the first round? I gave you guys 5 options. I asked you, do you want to take in 2 offensive linemen, or do you want to take an offensive line and a pass rusher? Do you want to take an O-line and a quarterback? Do you want to take an O-line and a best available player, or do you want somebody else, maybe a receiver, maybe a cornerback, maybe a safety? I asked you guys to weigh in, and of the 322 people that voted, 41% of you guys voted 2 offensive linemen, 34% of you guys voted pass rusher and offensive lineman, just 8% of people, that is, voted for offensive line and QB, and then 15% of you guys voted offensive line and best player available, and then 2% of you guys voted other. I'm all in on option A. Us Giants fans need, Saquon Barkley needs, Daniel Jones needs this team to address the offensive line. Hopefully, it is in the 2022 NFL Draft after Dave Gettleman told us back in 2018 he was going to address it. But go down to the comments and get your votes in. For choice A, you want 2 offensive linemen. Choice B, offensive line and pass rusher. Choice C, offensive line and quarterback. Choice D, offensive lineman and best player available. Or go down and type O for other. Guys, I'm trying to get my Twitter followers up, and I only want them to be from people that love the New York Giants and bleed New York Giants blue. So help me out. The link to my Twitter will be in the comments and the description of this video. So go down, click it, and send me a DM, and I will shout you out on the next New York Giants Now.